Hello, my fire ant fox friends. This is a little bit of a surprise because this morning as I was out doing errands, a fox ran right across the road, right in front of my vehicle. I didn't hit it, and it was a very healthy looking fox. It was a lot more gray-brown than I'm used to, but it looked very good. I haven't seen one in a couple of years. We used to have a fox that I saw fairly often several years ago, and it didn't have any hair on its tail. I was never sure about how healthy it was, but I kept seeing it year after year, so I guess it was all right. But this one looked good. This one was a handsome fox. It looked healthy, for whatever that's worth. But let's start with the fox. Smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. I guess foxes are quite monogamous in the wild. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. When in balance, magical, ingenious teacher, monogamous. When out of balance, sneaky, unsure of their identity. To bring into balance, partnership and connection. Now then, the other card that came out for you is the fire ant. Aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. So it seems someone or something is causing you to loop, perhaps? When in balance, thoughtful, disciplined. When out of balance, argues, excess heat, gossips. To bring it to balance, solo time, walks at night. All right. So, my fox friends, I think that fire ant energy is important to consider, and we'll see what other cards come out that may relate to that. But I suspect that is, well, we'll have to see how that work plays into your life, into your reading. All right, the tea leaf cards, of course, the round ones. We have July. So the month of July may have been, perhaps will be, important to you. None of these should be a surprise to you. There should be some. These are here to help you determine whether or not this is your reading. So there should be something here that, well, most of it should be very familiar in some way. We have Cane. You need to pay attention to your health. Cracked Cup, dissatisfaction with life, and unfortunately, Gavel, dealings, involvement with the law. Of course, there's many ways that could be going on. Anything from a parking ticket to an accident to a divorce to, I don't know, all kinds of possibilities. Now the last two, Mice and Feather, they really seem to tie together, not only with each other, but also with the fire ant card. Mice, discord among friends or family, and Feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. So, and that's in addition to the fire ant card, to somebody who's causing, someone or something that is causing you to stew and just kind of go round and round and round in your head. And perhaps getting angrier and angrier. So you need a way to calm all that heat and break that cycle, break that loop. All right. Next, let's see. Do I want to go tarot or think I do want to go to what does the universe want to say to you? Oh, that's interesting. Self-expression. Be bold, be heard. And then we have public venues. Are you an artist? Are you performing in public? Do you need to send a clear message in public? Speak your mind. But this can also, so it could be a date, it could be an event, a public event, but it could also be playing the field. I don't really have an indication yet. Oh, walking boots. Walk away. Expressing yourself and walking away from an event. A gathering. All right. Finding your inner direction, your inner guide. Making a plan, exploring, seeking truth. You really are setting off on an adventure, aren't you? But not necessarily the outer kind of adventure. You're trying to steer your life in a new direction. Okay. Now this one, we're off to a different start. So, there's a desire to talk to somebody, to communicate successfully, communicate. But there's also a sense of nervousness. This person, or I guess it's a person, could be imposing, powerful, independent, cool, calm, and collected, solitary. We also have ADHD here, if that's... So, one of the characteristics that many ADHD people have is a reluctance to communicate with others. I'm not sure how to describe this. I have it myself. I think about people that I love and care about, but I don't reach out and connect to them very well, very often. It just, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it can be very difficult to do. It's getting over that hurdle of reaching out. It's just really hard sometimes. It doesn't indicate a lack of caring. All right, this is very odd. These are not sled dogs. They have jackets on, which is good, but they are completely unsuited to being sled dogs. At least, if you're looking at the traditional breeds, these are the wrong dogs for the job. Very interesting. So if there's this desire to get things done, but I don't think you get the right tools. It can still happen. It's just going to be more difficult than it needs to be. But still, this card says motivated, persistent, will to win, get it done. Plenty of drive here, so that's wonderful. Oh, what else? I mean, it seems like you're in a complicated situation right now. I'm surprised the Hornet card didn't come out. But maybe that was more of a history than a current situation for you. The whole discord, unreliable people. But here there's this communicate, negotiate, discuss, flighty, nervous, ADHD. Let's see what else you need to hear about. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is someone who is likely to give you enough rope to hang yourself. Will you do it? Will you hang yourself? Two of Wands and Five of Cups. But that is in the teeter-totter position. So have you learned your lesson? Are you ready to move on from whatever this was into something better, a brighter future? Two of Wands in reverse. All your plans have fallen apart. Or you are stuck in analysis paralysis. And now we have Eight of Cups, which is the walking away card. Perhaps I just don't see the Queen of Cups doing this. But I can see the Queen of Cups being the focus of this. Someone you're afraid to communicate with. Because they will see right through you. It's tough to lie to a Queen of Cups because they are very emotionally intelligent. They may be very tolerant. They may appear to be soft and easy to mislead. Soft and naive, I guess that's the way I want to put it. But in reality, they're just waiting for you to make your move, to show who and what you really are. They are giving you enough rope to hang yourself. And perhaps you hung yourself. All right. We have a World, also in the teeter-totter position. Not quite here, not quite there. Three of Wands, which comes after Two of Wands, obviously. This is about seeing possibilities, creativity, but you have it in reverse. So it's not seeing possibilities, obviously. A sense of being stuck. Probably this looping. I'm seeing a lot of looping for you. With the Fire Ant energy, the other cards that we've been talking about, you get stuck in your mind a lot. And you just go round and round and round. Which, that's funny. That you have the World card. And it's not in reverse, it's not in the upright, but you have fish going round and round and round. So I think this is your major issue. Not breaking out of that loop. So there is definitely, I think, well, let's see. Let's see what the universe wants to say about this. Some advice for you, perhaps? How to break the loop? Now I have too many cards. Seven of Wands. You need to protect your energy. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Two of Cups in reverse. So Two of Cups in reverse. So Two of Cups can obviously be a connection between two people. But this looks like a toxic connection. There's this need to protect oneself. What are you involved in? I mean, we had all that, honestly, come up already with the... letting go of burdens that aren't yours to carry. That came out too, didn't it? No, that was one of the shorts for today. Interesting. I sometimes feel like these are continuations of the shorts. So, it looks like there was a connection that may have started out feeling very powerful, feeling like a really positive thing, and it all went bad. You do have the Five of Cups underneath here. So there is a lesson, a very painful emotional lesson there. I don't think the Five of Cups is in the crossing position, so you may be dwelling a bit. Well, we've gotten that all throughout this, haven't we? Lots of dwelling, lots of looping, not moving on. The Eight of Cups is here, but I think it's this Queen of Cups who's moved on, not you. So there's not seeing possibilities. The world wants to happen, wants you to break out of this loop so that you can close the door on this and move on. But it just hasn't happened yet. I think you know what you need to do. You just don't want to do it. Perhaps you don't see any possibilities for a better future right now. So you're afraid to make this move. It may feel like a leap of faith. Let me see. I think you may need an archetype card. So perhaps this, the card you had about dealings with the law has to do with a dissolution of a relationship, perhaps. But it is not done yet. It may be a very messy situation right now. So you're feeling the need to protect yourself. Emotionally, it's been really unpleasant. There's a need to unburden yourself. Perhaps detangle yourself. And right now you may not be seeing any possibilities because you are in the midst of this mess, this tangle. And there's a lot being said. A lot of people are saying a lot of things. There's not a lot of information here about this person that you want to connect with, just that you're intimidated by them. But maybe it's just simply not the right time because you have to deal with this mess first. So I think that's where you are at. Let me see. I did say I wanted to get an archetype card for you. Oh, the castle. Oh my goodness. And that is 43. That seems, oh wow. Okay. The red thread showed up. It didn't come out, it just showed. So. That one's about a connection. Like red thread of fate, destiny. So perhaps you need a reminder that if something is truly meant for you, then it will not pass you by. Okay, 43. The castle. The palace, the penthouse, the fortress. It's no wonder fairy tales tell of sleeping princesses within castle walls. Like most archetypes, the castle is loaded with duality. It represents abundant riches, seductive fantasy, ornate wonders, and lavish adornments. Yet the walls are thick, cold, and shadowy. This card points to a tendency to hold on to possessions, quite possibly a literal home, or position that projects the image of achievement, while the soul longs to run barefoot in the forest, leaving it all behind. At times we must settle down. Yet the castle lulls us with its spell of materialism, and we fall asleep to our deepest dreams. The castle can be a motivating force, an enchanting goal to travel toward, but it is best not to linger within its walls of decadent deception for too long. When light, visiting your throne of power. When dark, stuckness, depression, spells, walls. Notice how castles are designed to keep things out. They defend, they separate. It is likely there is connection and community beyond its walls that will revitalize you. If this card appears with the ring, the queen, or the maiden, which it has not, then know that you've entered into long-standing family dynamics that include property and power, which honestly I kind of think is what's going on. It may be more of a like I said, the dissolution of a long-standing relationship. Or one you thought was going to be long-standing. You thought it was going to be a good thing. Everything material suggested that it would be, but it seems to have been lacking in some other healthier areas. So, long story short, you're in for a tough time of it in the short run. in the long run, I think your life will be much better. I am wishing you all the best.